Hello students, today we will study quality control of blood products. So these are the parameters which are used to check the quality of blood products. Firstly, all the blood products can save life, but many products are dangerous as they can be heavily contaminated with microorganisms. Rigorous application of good manufacturing practice with regard to manufacture of blood products is required to minimize the risk of pathogen transmission. So, to check the quality of the blood products, these parameters are used. The first parameter is identification. All blood products contain proteins. Hence, standard methods are used in protein identification. Precipitation tests with specific antisera are used to show that only human serum proteins are present in dried plasma. The plasma protein and fibrinogen. Different types of gamma globulin are identified by their sedimentation rate in an ultracentrifuge. Fibrinogen and thrombin are identified by their clotting behavior. Normal immunoglobulin is defined by the suitable immunoelectrophoresis technique. Whole blood is defined by determination of a blood group under ABO and RSST. So these are some identification tests for the different blood products. Second is the assay. So here in this point we will do the assay of the blood products. So in this whole blood and concentrated human red blood capsules assay is performed by determining hemoglobin content by photometric hemoglobinometer. Protein content of many blood products are detected by chemical method except thrombin and fibrin foam. For assay of thrombin, a clotting dose being the most amount of thrombin required to clot 1 ml of fibrinogen is saline buffered at pH 7.2 in 15 seconds. Determination of potassium and sodium ions in plasma protein fraction ensure the electrolyte balance of the recipient. Third is the solubility. In this, according to the solubility, we will check the quality of blood products. All solid particles are soluble in an appropriate volume of the usual solvent in a specific time. Solubility parameter helps in detection of deteriorated protein constituents. Normal immunoglobulin solubility is determined by adding the volume of the liquid stated on a label and allow it to stand at 20 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. It dissolves completely. Next is the sterility and the pyrogens. By checking the pyrogen content in the product and by doing the sterility testing, we can determine the quality of the products. So, here, all products must comply with the official test for sterility and some preparations that are exposed to special risk of contamination with pyrogen due to lengthy processing must also pass the pyrogen test. Pyrogen test for normal immunoglobulin is performed by injecting per kg of the rabbit mass a volume equivalent to 0.5 gram of immunoglobulin but not more than 10 ml per kg of body mass. Blood products are routinely tested for sterility, identity, pyrogenicity, solubility, stability, assay, abnormal toxicity, and other contents. The quality of the plasma protein fraction is also controlled by electrophoretic, ultracentrifugal and chromatographic analysis. all blood products are properly labeled with all official specifications, storage conditions, contains, expiry date, dose, etc. So these are the parameters of quality control of blood products. We will see the plasma substituents. So what are the plasma substituents? Any liquid used to replace blood plasma, usually a saline solution, often with serum albumins, dextrans or other preparations. These substances do not enhance the oxygen carrying capacity of blood but merely replace the volume. So here the name only suggests that plasma substitutes. Substitutes means the another option for the plasma. So there are many of the substitutes are present of the plasma. So any liquid which is used to replace blood plasma is called as a plasma substitutes. So we will see all the plasma substitutes one by one. The first is the polyvinyl pyrrolidone. So it is a synthetic colloid. It was introduced by Germany in the Second World War for the treatment of shock. It was marketed in this country in the 1950s, but it was not used further because of suspected carcinogenicity. So nowadays this compound is not used as a plasma substitute because of the carcinogenicity effect. So it is suspended. Gelatin. Second is the gelatin. Gelatin is produced by partial acid or partial alkaline hydrolysis of animal collagen. It has a wide variety of therapeutic and pharmaceutical uses. Gelatin solution or succinylated gelatin is also used as plasma expander. Rapid infusion of the gelatin solution has been known to initiate hypersensitivity reactions. Gelatin is excreted quickly and mostly via the urine. The next is hydroxyethyl starch. It is the energy storage polysaccharide of plants and is analogous functionally and structurally to glycogen. It is composed of amylose and amylopectin. Amylopectin is well tolerated when infused intravascularly into animals, but is rapidly hydrolyzed by amylase. Amylopectin molecule is modified and make it more stable within the plasma by substituting hydroxyethyl groups to create hydroxyethyl starch. So, hydroxyethyl starch has been well studied for its efficacy as a plasma volume expander. HCl solution in saline increases plasma volume from 71 to 230% of the volume infused. The next is the stroma-free hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a principal protein found in erythrocytes. Human hemoglobin is tetramer of molecular mass 64 kilodalton, consisting of 2 alpha chains and 2 beta chains. Each of the 4 polypeptide chains has heme as a prosthetic groups, and it is responsible for oxygen binding of hemoglobin. Human hemoglobin solutions has number of advantages, including the potential to develop stable oxygen binding colloid volume expander with no antigenicity. Renal toxicity is the main problem with hemoglobin solution, which has led to the development of the stroma-free hemoglobin solution. So it is prepared from the hemolysis of washed, outdated, banked human packed erythrocytes. Pure crystalline hemoglobin is produced by sequentially crystallization and washing of hemolysts. This protein is stored in dry form or it may be reconstituted into the solution. These preparations are relatively stable and shelf life is greatly prolonged if stored in frozen state. So this is information about the stroma-free. So dextran, it is polysaccharides produced by conversion of sucrose into long glucose polymerase by the bacterial enzyme dextran nuclease isolated from leukoxantoc mesenteroids, and it is used as a plasma expanders. Production of dextran by fermentation is similar to production of antibiotics. So, the dextran produced by the fermentation have molecular weight 2 to 2.5 lakhs. For critical use, dextran have the molecular weight to 1 to 1.5 lakhs. So, less molecular weight dextrans are produced by the process of acid hydrolysis, thermal degradation, ultrasonic disintegration, and seeding the fermenter with low molecular weight dextran. Final dextran molecule is purified by solvent precipitation, adsorption, or membrane filtration.